Hi, I'm Liz. I'm a second semester sophomore graphic design major. For my student choice project, I chose to do the Old Mosque. I've learned a lot about the Old Mosque in the process of researching it, so hopefully you learn a lot by watching this. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the historical context surrounding the Old Mosque. If you didn't know, historical context is analyzing a work of art or architecture through the lens of history. For example, you might consider what important historical events were happening. You might also consider the people the artist or architect took inspiration from, or even the culture where the building or art was made. I'll start by giving you some basic information. The Old Mosque, also known as the Eski Camii in Turkish, is located in the city of Edirne. Its construction started in 1403 and ended in 1414, meaning it took 11 years to be built. It is an early example of Ottoman architecture and is one of the first monumental buildings in the city of Edirne. The construction of the Old Mosque began on the order of Emir Suleiman Çelebi, who was one of the sons of Beyazıt I. The architect responsible for designing the Old Mosque was Hassi Aladdin. The site manager was Amar bin Ibrahim. Let's first look at the city where the Old Mosque was built. This city is called Edirne. Edirne is located in northwest Turkey, making it very close to Europe. You can see right here that's very close to Bulgaria. It was the capital of the Ottoman Empire for nearly 90 years. It became a city in the year 1392, and the Old Mosque was built starting in 1403. The Old Mosque was one of the first monumental buildings in Edirne, which is part of the reason it is considered to be so important. By being one of the first important buildings made in the city of Edirne, it became the blueprint for future mosques. The Old Mosque historical significance to the city of Edirne is one reason why it is so important to the legacy of the Ottoman Empire. As I mentioned before, the construction of the Old Mosque began on the order of Emir Suleiman Çelebi, who was one of the sons of Beyazıt I. You can see his picture right over here. The reason the building took 11 years to be built was because of a break in the construction. The break in construction was caused by a war between the three sons of Beyazıt I. They were fighting because each wanted to be the ruler of the Ottoman Empire. The war was won by Sultan Mehmed I, meaning the patron of the building, Emir Suleiman Çelebi, was not the Sultan during the completion of the building he was a patron of. With the knowledge of these historical events, we now know why the construction of the Old Mosque was drawn out. The Old Mosque is not the same today as it was in 1414 at the end of its construction. Originally, the Old Mosque only had one minaret. This singular minaret was placed on the northeast corner of the prayer hall. This was the original. A second, more tall minaret was built on the order of Sultan Murat II in the year 1442. This minaret is right here. This minaret has two balconies and separate sets of stairs for each balcony. There's also a fountain at the base of it. There were also other renovations made to the Old Mosque. In 1612, the Women's Lodge was added, and in 1763, the Sultan's Lodge was constructed. The additions made to the Old Mosque relate to historical context because it helps us to understand that the building as we know it today is not what it was when it was first built. By knowing which aspects of the building were original, we are able to better understand which pieces of the architecture are from the time period in which it was constructed. The Old Mosque was modeled on the Grand Mosque in Bursa. Bursa was a famous city during the time of the Ottoman Empire, just as Edirne was. You can see Bursa on the map right here. With the Old Mosque being modeled after the Grand Mosque, we are able to see the influence the Grand Mosque had on the architectural design of the Old Mosque. One of these influences includes the multi-dome structure of both the Old Mosque and the Grand Mosque. You can see these domes right here. There are 9 of them. Both have 4 piers which support pointed arches that carry 9 different domes. This multi-dome structure is unique to the Seljuk period. By looking at the influence the Grand Mosque had on the Old Mosque, we gain insight as to why it was constructed the way it was, and why certain creative choices were made. Looking at the interior of the Old Mosque, you might notice the huge calligraphy present on the walls. This is an example of one. Some of these were made at the building of the Old Mosque, but others were added at a later date, along with other renovations I talked about before. In American culture, calligraphy doesn't really hold any religious meaning, but it does in Islamic culture. When calligraphy is seen in mosques, it tends to represent the power of Allah, which, if you didn't know, Allah is the God in the religion of Islam. Also, calligraphy is considered a form of art in Islam. This might be due to the fact that generally Islam rejects the use of visual representations of religious figures. So instead of, for example, paintings of Allah, they tend to rely more on calligraphy to be their religious art. This connects to historical context because Islamic culture is the reason why calligraphy is present in the mosque. In addition to historical context, the calligraphy also connects to the iconography of the Old Mosque. It symbolizes the power of Allah. On the Old Mosque is a stone built into the wall that is thought to be from Kaaba, which is in Mecca. Kaaba is thought to be one of the most holy buildings within the religion of Islam. It is also one of the most well-known. Because of the building's importance, the stone found in the wall of the Old Mosque is thought to be a very holy symbol. Because it symbolizes a piece of the holy building of Kaaba, it is thought that if you pray by it, that your prayers will be heard. It is also thought to make your wishes come true, meaning it also symbolizes luck. This connects to historical context, because by looking at how important the Kaaba building is, we are able to understand why it was so significant that a stone from it was added to the Old Mosque. The stone adds to the importance of the Old Mosque. It also connects to the iconography of the mosque. The stone is a holy symbol, and it also symbolizes luck. So I hope you learned a lot about the Old Mosque and its importance to the overall history of the Ottoman Empire. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.